Welcome to the Spit Bucket Hot Tub Life.
Thanks for joining us.
Welcome to the Spit Bucket. My name is... That's where the theme song would have gone. Welcome to the Spit Bucket. My name's Omar, and joining me at the table is everyone's favorite, Alan Mendoza.
Hi.
Yeah. That's where I thought you were going to go with that.
That's the only place I could have gone. And then, I guess a fan favorite.
Hey, don't be mad at me because I'm a likable person. Because I got great tits. Because, you know, I got one of them sparkling personalities.
The thing is, Jam, that this is an audio podcast. No one knows how you look.
My fans can sense it.
But yeah, you have the essence.
The essence.
Alright, that's Junkyard Jam Ginto, everyone.
Hell yeah.
And if you guys would like to purchase my bathwater, I have started selling that. Please DM me on Instagram or Twitter at _thesharkboy. How much is too much for bathwater?
Hey, you want to know
Not
some
enough.
bullshit about this man and his showers?
Of mine?
Yes.
What?
He's the guy that when you walk in the tub, you turn on the water to try to get it, acclimated. But he's the guy that leaves that little knot thing up, that little thing up. So when you turn on the water, let's say you turn on the hot water first, hot water's coming down out of the shower head.
The thing is, I turn both the hot and the cold on at the same time, and then I balance it out. Am I monster for it?
But is she saying that you leave like the little lever up, so like when you start the water, it comes out of the shower head right away?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're a fucking monster for that.
Am I a monster for that, Alan?
You cook?
I mean, I do that.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
I mean, like, I turn the knob and I flip the switch almost like right away. But
for what?
One time, what do you mean for what?
Yeah,
it's like
are we going to take a shower?
Yeah, it's such a waste
Isn't
of
everyone
water.
going to take a shower?
Maybe I'm just not like processing the way you're saying it right.
I think what we're getting at is
right.
that women ain't shit.
Alright, so look, you're in the tub.
Boys' night.
He's naked, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, I get naked after I'm in the shower.
Okay. Shut up. You're in the tub. You're naked. You're already kind of cold because the AC's on. And then you go in there and you start to turn on the water, like, give it a couple touches because, you're trying to figure out the temperature. But then you get hit on either your scalp or on your back with either this, like, boiling hot water, depending on which one you turn on first, or this freezing cold water. Either way, it's not a good fucking time. So I'm going to ask you to start cleaning your hair out of the drain, and also stop putting that thing, stop leaving it up.
Okay, I guess maybe that's why I don't see a problem. Because usually, like, I'll have the water running for, like, 20 seconds before I actually get in the tub. Like, I'll still have my pants on when I turn the water on.
Do you guys ever just turn the shower on and just hang out in the bathroom?
No.
I've done it once. It's not like it's not something that I do like frequently.
I know but like not get in the shower.
No,
just turn the water on and like,
I get in the shower. No, not that. I get in the shower at some point, but there will be like 5 or 6 minutes where I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Have you ever turned on a faucet, like the sink one, to cover up a toilet bowl fart?
Not at home.
I do. When someone's in the kitchen and I have to toot.
Oh, because the bathroom is like in the kitchen, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it literally is. It's not even it's just like a sliding door, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You heard one of my farts this morning, huh?
Yeah, I was like gonna pour some cereal, and then Jam's like, "Hey, do you want to hear me fart into the toilet?" I'm like, "No." And then he just went. I wish that she was still shy,
And
now there's no
sweet.
more secrets.
There's no secrets at all, boy.
I hope you guys do want to buy my bathwater.
No.
I've been saving it for weeks now. I recommend drinking it. It will make you stronger. It will make you faster. It'll make you last longer.
I know what you smell like.
What?
Like on the constant. Like I know you get sweaty at night.
Yeah, that's why the bathwater's... It's to make
Boy,
the bathwater stronger.
Like corn chips.
Corn chips?
Yeah.
What's wrong with corn chips?
You take showers in the morning or at night?
I am... Actually, it depends, honestly.
It depends.
It
If he
depends
wakes
how
up
long
sweaty,
I go in
he has
between
to
showers.
take it in the morning.
Yeah, what about you?
I take morning showers just because like even it makes more sense to take showers at night, but I have like really oily skin, so
people are grossed out by people who take showers at night. Could you believe it?
why?
I've met someone who because I told them, I'm like, yeah, I shower at night, and then they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, what's wrong with that? And then they just looked at me really disappointed.
Why would you go to bed dirty?
There's this whole thing when we went to ASEN, where I bought my hat and shirt from. They had a whole survey asking people if they do night showers or morning showers, and for the most part, people are night showers. Night showerers.
No, I mean even
morning
when
shower people think that we're weird for it.
You know, there was a whole like Twitter debate on whether or not you should even take the time to scrub your legs in the shower. Like, there are people who are like, well, when you shampoo your head, all the soap just runs down, so that's good enough. Like, that's disgusting.
Yeah, I have to scrub every inch of me when I'm in the
Every
shower.
orifice of my body.
Yeah,
It's
like 2 minutes on my whole body, 45 on my balls.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
I wish.
Okay, I can't relate to that. But no, I try to hit everything. I know I've seen the picture before of like where guys focus on the shower, and it's just like the armpits and their nuts, and that's it. And I'm like, nah, dude, you gotta
do the other way around.
Yeah.
You gotta scrub your chest. But people don't wash behind their ears. I'll tell you what.
I just started doing that like 2 years ago. Like I never used to do that.
Has it changed your life?
A little bit, I guess. I got one of those long sticks that you use to scrub your back.
Oh
So
yeah.
that changed my life. Because
Hell
there
yeah.
used to be a long time where I used to like scratch my back like when I'm in the shower, and I'd have like my fingernails full of dead skin. I'm
Yep.
like, man, something's got to change.
Yep, that would happen with Omar too, and then I'd have to get in there and scrub your back real good
Yeah.
at one time.
I felt like
Boy.
the whales from Shark Tale.
When you went through the whale wash.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's what I miss the most about having a girlfriend is someone to scrub my back. But
Take all the barnacles out.
yeah,
So if you guys want to date Alan and buy my bathwater,
So-
please feel free to hit me up on _ the Shark Boy.
oh, can we tell him that story about Mabel? So me and Omar yesterday making marital love in the morning, and we had brought Mabel onto the bed already.
wait, hold on, what's going on?
Yesterday morning, me and Omar had made marital love, but we had
Which,
made.
which
Oh, you
just
guys
mean-
banged. Okay, I was like, what?
No, we made marital. So
Marital?
Yeah, no, we just looked at each other and talked about taxes and bills.
Anyways, Mabel, bless her soul, was on this furthest corner of the bed, and then once we stopped, I just heard a.
And
Tell me why this bitch threw up corn all over the corner of the bed.
Alan, we've never given her corn.
Never have given her corn. But I love that she had the decency to wait. Literally up until this boy just plopped out, and then we hear, I'm like, what is that noise? And then we look, and it's just yellow slime and kernels of corn.
Yeah.
Bless her soul.
That's a lot to process right now.
But did you ever have a dog? You just have cats, right?
Well, I live with cats, but no, I grew up with a dog, like living in the house.
Did your dog ever just like, were you comfortable around your dog, or were you like, hey, go away?
No, I was comfortable with them. Are you talking about like whenever I'm with someone?
Yeah, whenever you're with someone.
So my dog has never been present like during that, but I remember my girlfriend at the time, she had a dog, like a little puppy, and we were having some alone time, I guess, like in my room while the TV was on, and like we're going at it, and the dog is just kind of like 2 feet away, but they're there, they're watching everything. He's watching everything.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did it throw
Did it
you
make
off?
you uncomfortable?
Kind of in the sense like, not like, oh, like I feel weird around this dog. No, it's like, what is this dog thinking?
Mm-hmm.
You know, 'cause
It's judging
like,
you?
It's judging me. Yeah. So it's not like something I'm not uncomfortable with, but I mean, it was definitely weird, and it's not something that happened a lot.
It took me a while to get used to, because we used to have another dog too, but that dog would like, Mabel does that too sometimes. She knows something's happening, and she'll just side eye. And I think that's the weirdest
Like,
part.
she'll be sitting on the couch and just be like,
But she doesn't
Mom,
know what to do
Dad?
with her hands.
Well, I guess it's better than a dog that tries to like join in and hump your leg, right?
Because I
That's
had
true.
Mabel since I was like, 17?
I thought you were going to say 7. I'm like, what?
And she would never leave my room, so when I'd like get out of the shower, I'd be changing. She'd just like look at me all the time. So I think she's used to it. I don't think she knows what a man's body is. So does she think that you're hurting mommy?
Maybe, because if I smack the shit out of Jam, which I always do, Mabel will jump in and try to like get in the middle.
Or she'll at
So
least
she's protective.
she'll at least stand on her hind legs and just put one paw on my leg so he can't hit her.
Yeah.
So he can't hit me.
She reminds me of that one video where the guy's like yelling at a bunch of like teenagers or early 20s. They're like having a party at his house, And then there's like the black dude in the wig. He's like, "Daddy, stop!" Like, what the hell is this? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
I'm so confused.
It's like a white guy who's like yelling at a bunch of people. It's a black dude with a beard and a girl wig, and he's like, "Daddy, stop!"
Oh,
and then he gets mad. What the fuck? I'm not on the internet half
You
as much as
talking
you
about
guys.
the one where they fall through the floor?
No.
But no, I don't know.
No,
what
I'm
you're
not really
talking
sure.
Oh my god! I swear to God, you guys have seen this
about.
video.
No, I don't think I have.
No, I would have remembered that.
God damn. All right. Well, anyway, welcome to the Spit Bucket, everyone. What we normally do on the Spit Bucket is talk about the news that isn't getting as much love as we believe it should be. So I'll start us off with some news story.
I'll start us off.
This is only the important stuff on the Spit Bucket. Here we go. Sheboygan Serial Toilet Clogger sentenced to 150 days in jail.
Hey, free my man. He ain't doing nothing wrong.
And probation.
Are we talking about Sheboygan, Wisconsin?
Is Sheboygan in Wisconsin?
Yeah.
I think so.
I thought Sheboygan was in Canada for some reason.
Well, I mean, it could be.
Both of them sound right, but I think it was in Wisconsin.
I know for a fact that there's a Sheboygan in Wisconsin because that's where I went to go buy my little scooter. But it was like like 4 hours away, so I'm wondering where this is taking place.
I would assume that there's not more than one Sheboygan. Is that safe to assume?
No, there's only one Springfield, one Rockford. That's it.
I also just realized that the name Sheboygan is just like if Daddy runs away, she boy gone.
So, Alan,
The man is gone.
what have you been up to?
She boy gan.
Hey, Alan,
He's
it's
still
just
going.
you and me today.
He's still
So
talking.
here, let me try that again.
He's like, maybe you didn't hear me.
I don't think you guys heard me. Jam doesn't have headphones. All right, so
So why do you think Mabel
name
was sniffing your hand so much?
Sheboygan
I don't know. Like I said, I didn't have my fingers up any butts.
is if like you're dating someone,
I just was
and
like-
then he leaves you because the name is She Boy Gan. Now you guys understand the joke.
Yeah, you're so funny. Baby, you're so funny.
Oh my god.
All right, so let's go.
This is why we need 4 people. Typically, these 3 people ones don't work out too well.
It's because I have to talk so much during these.
You don't have to.
Kill.
That's the thing.
All right, we got an hour to kill. Hold on. Let me get my stylophone out. I got some time to kill. All right.
I don't even want to listen to the rest of this episode, and we're currently recording this.
All right. So, in Sheboygan, a 35-year-old Sheboygan man was sentenced Monday to 3 years of probation after clogging a women's toilet in Deland Park and at his place of work. I was going to bring up the time where we lost Alan and he walked into a girl's bathroom.
You don't lose me. I took like 8 steps away from you guys, and I walked straight into a women's bathroom. And I even popped out, and I'm like, "Is this right?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah."
There are no signs telling me otherwise.
Yeah.
All right. So he clogged the women's bathroom and his place of work. This guy's name is Patrick D. B-Man. Patrick D. B-Man was originally charged with 12 misdemeanor criminal damages to property, but 7 of the charges were dismissed in early July.
Okay.
As conditions of his parole, Beeman will have to serve 150 days in jail and pay $5,500 in restitutions, and is not allowed to possess or consume alcohol or any controlled substances for his completion of 100 community service hours.
Wait, so how did he clog the toilet is my question.
Well,
Poopies? Paper?
Like, was he doing it on purpose?
Was it only
I haven't
women's
read this whole
restrooms?
story yet. Yeah, it's just the women's bathroom and his place of work. So, have you guys ever clogged a public toilet?
No.
Yeah.
You have?
Oh yeah, lots of times. Not like on purpose, but like, man, I let it rip, and
Took big dumps?
yeah, I really should like flush twice. You know how they say like you're supposed to flush,
Uh-huh.
like once you're done and then after you wipe.
Courtesy flush?
Yeah, courtesy flush. But no, I think it's not so much that I messed it up. It's just that you know how like you ever go to those bathrooms where it's just got like a what's it called, like the low flow toilets, or like when you flush it's just like a very weak stream of water. I'm like, wow, that's not gonna go through. So,
So you gave it too much credit when you walked in.
There was that one time in middle school I was getting dressed for swimming, and I was a little embarrassed. They told us not to get dressed in the stalls, to just do it in the locker room. But I was still like, it was like maybe the first time I went swimming in 6th grade, so I was new to this whole being naked thing.
You didn't do the thing where you just wear your bathing suit under your clothes?
No. Anyways, I went into the stall, I took a pee-pee, took all my clothes off, put on my swimsuit, and I'm like, why is my feet wet right now? I somehow flooded the toilet.
With your piss?
With my piss. But I had already flushed it, and then I turned my back to the toilet to put on, like, my swimsuit. So I put my feet through the leg holes, and then I just stepped into puddle. I said, how I do that? I didn't tell anybody about it. I just picked up my clothes, put it in the locker, went to go swim.
That's funny. I remember during swimming in high school, didn't you say someone took a dump in a trash can?
Yes.
In, like, one of the tall trash cans?
Like the ones that are, like, waist high?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in that case, you just had to find the tallest bitch, and you're the one who shit in the trash can.
There were a couple of them.
I
remember in middle school, again, swimming. That was the first time I saw a titty that wasn't mine. Boy.
Oh, yeah. Did you like it?
No. She was taking off her shirt, and I guess her bra didn't fit her too good.
Go on.
And she had top locker because she was one of them tall bitches. And then I was reaching into mine while she was reaching up to hers, and her tit popped out. And I was like...
Hit you in the neck?
I blinked hard, and she's like, oh, I'm so sorry about that, 'cause she had like a lisp. And she took that shit away. I could give you her name.
Oh, what's her name?
I think her last name was...
Damn.
You could redact that.
Every episode, Jam, you have to give us a name that we're going to redact.
I name drop?
Yeah, name
I
drop.
remember names.
That was the only time you clogged the toilet? You gave the low flow too much credit?
You never clogged one at Wendy's?
No.
Or you never
have you ever had to deal with it clogging?
Oh yeah, I mean there was one time where I walked in and like there was shit splattered all over the wall. So
well, that's not a clogging. That's
just
someone
guy
fling
being
that
an asshole. Yeah, like it literally. You would think like because we've had it before where like you see the splatters like on the back wall and on the back seat. So it's like someone who like let one rip, but it was more like an explosion or a pop, and it just got all over. I'm assuming it got on their back too. It was nasty, but no, this guy he was nowhere near the toilet. I don't know what the hell was wrong with him.
Maybe he was one of those ones who doesn't like to sit on public toilets. He likes to hover, and he didn't expect that much torque behind that fart.
He like fell forward and it just kept going.
At my
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just choking on my coffee.
That's what you get for those stupid ass jokes.
All right. So at my job, they have signs up. I'm not gonna say where I work.
I'll say it.
There's signs in the stalls that say "Do not stand and squat on the toilet seat."
Because isn't that how you're supposed to poop?
You're supposed to poop in a squatting position, but
so it says not to squat with your feet on the toilet seat, and those are everywhere. And the only reason those are there is because someone did it, right? They just had to. They wouldn't put that sign up anywhere else.
That's true.
And that's pretty weird.
Because I said it in the last episode how I have just explosive bowl painting shits. So I can't imagine pooping the way I do with my legs being any sort of exposed. It'd be horrible.
Have y'all ever had to, probably not, but walked into the stall and there's just like little drops of blood right before you get onto the toilet and then right on the edge of the toilet? Oh.
I can't say that has happened to me.
I don't understand how that happens because I take off my pants and I sit immediately. So I don't understand how you take off your pants and give yourself time to leave a trail of blood to said toilet seat.
Maybe their Diva cup was overfilled.
Is that how ladies work? Diva cups?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't know what that is.
You don't know what that is?
No.
Let me enlighten you.
Yeah.
Instead of a pad or a tampon, typical methods of blood controls mechanism.
Yeah.
There's this silicone cup, literally about this big. You put it up there, and it's like has a nipple shape at the bottom.
It's like a funnel. A funnel without a bottom.
You use that for the whole day, and you just kind of like pull it out, and you're supposed to just rinse it like in the sink or something. Like all your blood, and then you pop it back in for the rest of the day.
So don't say we don't teach
Alan,
you anything on the spit bucket.
Your face is so contorted right now. They sell them at Walgreens. They're actually they're like $30.
I'm just so surprised. I've never heard of this before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is that like a popular
Some
choice?
people use it. There's also these like organic coral sponges that people use.
Coral sponges? That's why the Great Barrier Reef is dead.
Yeah. But it works the same
of
way
women.
as like a more natural tampon. They just tie a string to it, put it, like, finger themselves up there, and then once it's full, they just, like, wring it out, wash it out, put it back in.
Why you guys got to be doing that?
Because if you look at water and pads and tampons, there's, like, bleach in there.
Oh, yeah.
There's, like, a lot of weird shit in there, but,
Damn, we don't know about that, right, Alan?
No.
High fives. What would be worse for you guys? Being in the handicap stall and seeing a line of handicapped people waiting for the stall, or your name being in the paper and in the news as the Serial Clogger?
I think I'm going to have to be in the stall with a bunch of handicapped people waiting. I'm just going to have to, like, bullshit my way out. Like, as soon as I open the door, just pretend I have some kind of disability.
like, you know what? I didn't want to say it, so I'm glad you did, because I would choose the same thing.
Worst case scenario, like, I hope they never see me again. But, like,
do your legs ever go numb when you stay on the toilet for too long?
yeah.
Yes.
So just stay longer until your legs are numb, so then you could waddle your way out of there.
Oh my god.
That way
Do you
you're
guys
not
ever
even
get those-
faking it.
Do you guys ever get those red spots on your legs from
From your
elbows?
elbows?
Yeah, from my elbows, yeah.
I think that's what, because like the toilet seat and then your elbow, you're just pinching your legs. So you just got to do that and then wish for the best.
Damn.
I guess that's it.
That's a nightmare scenario. Like, you're sitting down and you're just trying to, like, go, and it was the only stall available, and you see just, like, a line of wheels, like, like at the bottom of the
Like,
stall.
Eric? Dude, we had this one gimmick where when it was me, Ivan, and Eric that would play music, we were always going to have Eric, we were going to pull up Eric to the shows in a wheelchair, and then he was going to start playing, and then our very last song, he had like a really cool bass solo that he did. So during that bass solo, he was just going to start standing up, and then I was supposed to yell into the microphone, "You're on a roll, Wheels." And then he was going to just walk the rest of the show.
This is back when you guys used to play at Kraken.
Yeah.
I remember you guys discussing this whole game plan.
Yeah, but we just couldn't find a wheelchair.
Clowns. Y'all didn't look hard enough.
Wow, I don't know what I would have done if I saw that.
Especially because you know him and he's your brother.
Yeah.
If it was
I'm
like,
like, why
hey, we're
is-
playing a show tonight, but you see your brother in a wheelchair.
For, like, the entire show, up until, like, the
And we don't
last
mention
song.
it.
You're on a roll, Wheels.
And he just stands up like he's using his legs for the first time.
Like, what's the best case scenario? Like, after you said that, like, crowd-wise.
I mean, we were hoping that people would start throwing money because they would think that we're some sort of healers. The bass solo was so good that he had to stand up for it.
Wow. Love that.
All right. So let's go back to our boy in Sheboygan. While the state only recommended that Beeman serve 30 days in jail as part of his probation, he was sentenced to 30 days for each of the 5 counts of criminal damage to property, and it's set to serve consecutively,
Damn.
citing that they need severe punishment for what he did. So Beeman will be able to participate in a Hoover program, which allows him to keep working at his job while he has to report to jail after he's done with work for the 150 days.
I've heard of that type of situation where they like continue on with their day as if, you know, they're not a jail person, and then they have to go back to jail at the end of the night, or they spend the whole week in jail, like Monday through Friday, and then they have Saturday, Sunday out and about.
The thing though is that the place charging him for criminal damages is the place he works.
Damn.
So how is he going to go to work? Can you imagine going to work the next day after everyone knows that you clogged the toilet and you're being charged for it criminally?
Yeah, I was going to say, because, like, his workplace is the one who's pressing charges against him, right?
Yeah, but I guess that they didn't want to fire him?
That don't add up.
None of that makes sense.
He can't be that good at his job if he's over there taking massive
And
dumps.
can't they just give him house arrest? Like, can't they give him, like, because he's still
they
gonna
said
work.
that they want him to be punished severely. I guess that house arrest is too good. House arrest is the best excuse. Like, nah, sorry, I can't do that. I am on house arrest.
My anklet won't let me. Have you guys ever known anyone on house arrest? Like, have you ever seen that anklet in real life?
Yeah, at Family Dollar. Or Dollar General. One time I was in there buying Sody Pops. I'm like, hey, you're not supposed to be in here.
Oh, he saw someone with one?
Yeah, I saw someone
wow.
in there. Yeah.
Damn.
No, I've only seen them in movies, but I'm assuming they look just like an oversized watch, but just on your ankle.
Literally.
Yeah.
I remember we had a neighbor across the street at my aunt's house who he was always getting on house arrest, and I think he had a tendency of like somehow sawing them off.
Don't they have some sort of sensor?
Yeah, but
They're like, this man hasn't moved in 6 hours. Should we go check on him?
yeah, and they kept checking on him, and sure enough, they'd arrest him. He'd be gone for like another week, come back on house arrest again.
How many times are you on house arrest before they're like, yeah, we can't trust him in his own house?
I have no idea.
All right. Beeman apologized for the damage and stress he caused in the statement that he read during his sentencing on Monday. I need to make things right. I need to pray for forgiveness every day. According to criminal complaints, officers found a toilet in the women's restroom at the community center clogged by a plastic bottle last March. Water was overfilling from the toilet, so that I guess it wasn't just big old dumps. He was putting plastic. He was putting plastic bottles in the women's toilet, though.
What a guy!
Officers had checked the restrooms on the previous evening, and the toilet was not damaged. Wait, why are they checking toilets every night at the community center? Is this so people aren't doing heroin? Heroin?
Y'all ever found a needle?
Yeah, in the beach.
Have you ever found a needle?
In parking lots, yeah.
All the time.
Like by the garbage cans.
They're out there.
There's a lot of bums lately.
There has been.
There's been a lot of bums.
On like every corner of every stoplight now, there's like no panhandling signs, like don't contribute to them. Love that.
It's getting wild.
They're not working though, and I saw the guy who stands in front of Taco Bell like all the
right
time.
under the sign.
Yeah, right under the sign. But like I saw him walking there one day with like his phone and his like cocaine white like phone charger. Like it was a brand new one. It wasn't like an old dust. Like this dude had a brand new phone. He's walking over to the Taco Bell. He went inside, I think, to like use the bathroom. And then later on in the day, I saw him outside begging.
Yeah.
Well, we've seen that lady and the guy walking with like bags from Target. Like she had like a whole.
She had a new body pillow.
And like there was a couple other stuff in some bags. So I'm like,
yeah. Where's she taking it?
Like, girl, the fuck? I know that body pillow at least $10.
So officers reviewed 10 similar instances that began in April of 2017 where toilets were being clogged. The city demanded that each incident caused about $200 worth of damage, and officers identified Beeman after speaking with the manager of the temp agency for which he worked for. So he just is a temp agent.
Boo.
Yeah.
Where'd he go through? Labor Solutions?
Probably.
Shit.
And then they spoke to the manager, and they're like, yeah, our toilets are also being clogged. And they figured out that it was Beeman who caused the same incident there. And they're like, this is the same plastic bottles that we're finding in the toilets in the community center women's bathroom. And they figured it out pretty quick. I don't know what clues you need to figure out to go talk to this guy's manager specifically. But that's some good detective work that they did. According to the complaint, Beeman told police that he gets urges to do odd things, like taking bottles out of the garbage to plug toilets. He said that he stopped when he heard police were investigating.
What a guy!
Yeah.
What a class act!
And that's the end of our boy in Sheboygan.
Have you guys known those people though? The ones that just kind of do bad stuff just for the sake of doing bad stuff.
Not that I can think of.
I can think of a couple wild cards that I met throughout high school.
Yeah.
Wild cards.
I was gonna say because people like that I've known, I've never known them personally, but I've known them in high school. Like they made a name for themselves just for doing stupid things for literally no reason, not even for attention. It's just
there's always
they
those
couldn't help it.
kids who they have a very distinct voice, always talking. The teacher would say, "Hey, can you be quiet?" He's like, "I ain't even talking."
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's always those kids.
There's always people who I'm like, you don't have to say anything.
You could just shut up.
Yeah, that's true.
Wildin'.
There's some bad kids. We made a substitute teacher piss himself once.
What?
Yeah.
What?
You guys went to Webster, right?
No, we went to. She went to Rockford.
Oh yeah.
And I went to Juarez.
There was this elderly woman, a teacher. Her name was Miss Barsky. She had a husband.
This is already so sad.
No, it's not her. It's
okay,
but
yeah.
it is very sad. So we had a teacher, a female teacher named Miss Barsky, and her husband, I guess, was retired, and he would serve at the school, like as a substitute teacher, and also like to watch, like any type of study halls, or it was basically just like volunteering.
Yeah.
So he got the call to substitute like an English class, and man, we had some bad kids in that class, and they just kept like pushing him, and he couldn't get control of the class. And it really was just like 3 people, but no one else really was like intervening, just because
no one was telling them to stop.
Yeah, so it was just like I think I was on my phone or just listening to music. I wasn't really, because we didn't have anything planned for the day. He just kind of wanted like some kind of order, and out of nowhere he gets up and he starts like walking towards the door after he just got done like yelling his ass off, and we saw that he pissed himself.
He yelled so hard that he peed himself.
I mean, he was an old guy, right?
He was a very elderly man. I want to say like mid 70s, early 80s. So everyone's like in just complete shock. No one's saying anything. It's like very quiet, and everyone's like, "Oh my god!" And then he was already tearing up. And he's like, you guys are so bad, I couldn't even like trust you alone for 5 minutes to go use the bathroom. And he walked out. And I was just like so shocked. I didn't think that could ever happen. Like,
oh my god.
So like he had khakis on, and it was pretty noticeable. Like it wasn't like a little drop. Nah, this dude straight up pissed himself.
So they originally wanted to push him this bad, and then as soon as he peed himself, they're like, oh, we went too far.
Well, that's the thing. After he left, it was a little like sad and awkward, for like 2 minutes, but then like they started cracking jokes about it afterwards. I'm like, man, y'all some bad kids, dude.
Damn,
there really are some bad kids.
Have you ever made a teacher cry? Well, not you specifically, but your class. Anytime there's a sub, I feel like that's the easiest time to make teachers cry.
No, you know what? I think for the most part, I was pretty good about like not necessarily speaking up, but just like being a good kid, trying to get the other kids to like all the other good kids to wrangle up and be extra good.
What the fuck?
You're canceling out all the bad kids with all the
yeah, like we're the ones that even if there's like someone hooting and hollering in the back, like just to make sure I'm participating in class to make it seem like they're valid as teachers.
You're doing fine.
Yeah, like you're doing great, sweetie. But there was once in middle school where one of our literature teachers got a call. And she just started breaking down crying because her husband was leaving her for another woman.
Yikes. I remember in high school, there was one time where it was math class. It was the math class I had with Alex. Everyone walked in, and that teacher was like straight out of college, so she was probably like our age right now. So she was fine, and she got along with everyone pretty okay. But everyone walked into the class, and immediately she just started like yelling at everyone. She's like telling everyone to sit down and shut up, and she was being extra, We're like, what the fuck is wrong with her? Halfway through the class, she just stops and she's like, I'm sorry, guys. My fiance just broke up with me.
So let me take it out on all these kids.
She literally said, I'm just taking it out on everyone.
Oh my god.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
Man, teaching gotta be hard.
I can't imagine teaching. A lot of teachers that we had were like our age when they started teaching. I can't imagine trying to get order in a class of stupid kids.
Especially like in high school, man. Some of these kids are bigger than you.
I swear.
It's like
right now at work, we have different, we have baby class, 2 to 3s, 4 to 5s, and then we have school agers who are, the oldest one is I think 12. And in middle school.
I can't imagine trying to do anything.
And these fucking kids are so much taller than me. Taller and wider. And, like, there's this one kid who he's 10. You look at him, you think he's 18.
He has a beard.
He's, like, fucking built.
What the fuck?
And I'm terrified of him. Like, I'll tell him, like, hey, don't throw around the ball in the class because you're going to hit a computer.
Don't tell me what to do.
And he'll be like, alright. I'm like, okay.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
And like,
it's all the steroids that we're putting in chicky nuggies.
And like the super, like the, what the fuck, the director.
The supervising supervisor.
The whole director of that whole shindig. She's like, do you feel comfortable with that? I'm like, to be completely honest, no. Because a lot of them are a lot bigger than me.
They're going to kick my ass.
Yeah, literally, they will kick my ass.
That's funny.
So, that's that. I'd rather deal with 2-year-olds. Or I kick their ass.
Alright. Should we move to our next story?
You want to go or should I go?
I got it.
I just remembered. There was one time where we made our Jamaican math teacher really, really mad.
Oh, Miss
He had eyes that didn't look in the same direction.
Like, not even a little bit where you're like, something's off. Like, one's looking left, the other one's looking right.
Yeah, one's looking at the sunrise, the other one's looking at the moon setting. it was big time. So there was always...
And his class always smelled like fried fish.
I always felt like I was on vacation when I was in his classroom. But, so there was always, like, 3 kids who were just really bad, and they would sit next to each other. And the fucked up thing was he started yelling at one of them, and then they all turned to each other, and they're like, who's he looking at?
Oh, wow.
But it was true though, because he would call on me because I'd fall asleep a lot in that class. He would call on me, and then I'd look up, and I'm like, is he looking at me or is he looking at fucking Cece sitting next to me?
Yeah, because if he looks directly, if like his nose is pointing at your nose, he's not looking at you. It was that off.
I remember there was this kid, Gustavo.
You're like, can you turn that way a little bit? You're talking to me.
He always had just a bunch of random ass shit in his backpack, right? Mm-hmm. And in this day, he decided to bring those hex bugs where you flip the little switch and they vibrate so much that they start walking. Uh-huh. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Well, he had like a fancier one where I guess he can somehow control where it was walking. Mm-hmm. Tell you why Mr. Fletcher got up from his fucking desk because this big orange like electronic bug was jitting around class. He tossed that shit out the window.
His class was on the second floor.
On the top floor. But there was the class was just quiet.
That's
like,
funny.
I think it would have been funnier if he like stomped on it.
No,
like,
that's what I was hoping he just
chucked that shit, dude. It was hilarious.
How close was he to the window?
Close enough.
Close. Right.
But he's just like
my hex bug.
Like the whole class is quiet. Oh, here's one guy like, aw.
That's funny. But what if he just thought it was a real bug?
Maybe.
He's from Jamaica, so maybe he's seen some shit.
Some giant ass bugs. Alright, let's move to our next news story.
My phone died.
Okay.
So I can't get my story.
And Google Maps leads about 100 drivers into a muddy mess in Colorado. Drivers with smartphones these days don't often get truly lost thanks to navigation services just as Google Maps. But what happened in Colorado is a reminder that even with new technology, some shortcuts can still go very wrong.
They ended up in a muddy pit where?
In Colorado.
But was it on a road or it just said go fuck yourself and took you somewhere else?
That's how nearly 100 drivers wound up in a muddy field gridlocked earlier this week. One of them, Connie described the incident to ABC News. She said she was stuck in traffic on her way to pick up her husband at Denver International Airport, so I pulled out my Google Maps to see if there was a better way to go. And it told me to take the next exit, and it would be about half the time. Naturally, she took it, but the road quickly became a dirt road.
So were they all trying to go to the same place, or was this just like a shortcut within traffic?
I guess they were all in like standstill traffic, and they're like, hey, take this exit, that'll lead you to this road.
Yeah, because if you're using Google Maps, it'll say, we found a shorter route, do you want to take it? So everyone probably clicked yes, and ended up in a dirt pit.
She said, I'm following this line of cars, and my thought was, well, there's so many other people going this way, so it must be okay. So I went ahead, but the thing was, it wasn't like you could choose to make a U-turn.
It reminds me of when, in The Office, Michael's following his GPS that leads him into a pond.
Yep.
And he saw the pond, very clearly.
It told me to go this way.
So the other day, I had to drive to do my, fingerprinting. To get on 41, it was giving me, all these shortcuts because it was, almost 4 o'clock, so traffic was picking up. And it was telling me to cut through these apartment buildings, but there was signs saying private property, and then it said private street buses only. And I'm like, maybe I could just get away with it, but it was fucking gated.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, why are you telling me to go through here? So then I had to loop back around, make this tight ass turn because it was just a single lane. Boy, I was scared.
I hate GPS. For as good as they are, they always fuck me up. I forgot what it was. Because I used to work AV in Chicago at different hotels. I don't know my way around Chicago. So after I'd be done, I'd put my GPS on and then try to head back to 41. And Chicago has just a bunch of one-ways. So if you miss one street, you have to wait and then get on the next one. There was just a shit ton of construction going on. So there's a bunch of roads that were closed. It took me an hour to get to the highway, even though there was no cars on the road, just because my GPS, if I passed the road that had construction that it wanted me to take, it would try to loop me back to get to that road. So I'd have to go far enough where they're like, that exit doesn't work anymore, so let's find a new one. And of course there was more than the other one. So it took me an hour to get through an empty city.
Wow.
Yikes.
Love that. I mean, honestly, if I'm trying to go somewhere, I'm going to follow Google to the ends of the earth. Because I don't fucking know my way there, and I'm not going to pick up a good old map, you know?
I don't know if you knew about this. I was telling Jam about it the other day that I found out. But Google Maps don't work in China. There was, we had those long layovers in Shanghai. So originally, my plan was we have 16 hours to kill. Let's go explore Shanghai. Until I found out that there is actually no maps of China.
Isn't it because they don't allow the satellites over there?
Yeah.
Something like that?
China's government doesn't allow maps of China to be made. The only people who have the true maps of China are the Chinese government, and they don't give them to anyone. Every single map is wrong of China. Like, you can do the Google satellite or whatever and, like, try to trace things, but it doesn't line up to real world. Like, stuff isn't where it's supposed to be. So if you use Google Maps and you're like, I'm just going down the block and going, like, left or whatever, that's like a fucking pond. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
That's so
We
weird.
love that. We love a secret queen.
Yeah. So it's like a law that Google Maps has to distort the map of China. So even though it looks correct if you, like, zoom in, it's fucking wrong, bro. Susie,
That's wild.
Susie, friend of the Spit Bucket, is still teaching in China. Well,
out to
she's
Susie.
done. She's got like 10 days left, and then she's going to come back. But I asked her about it, too. So as soon as I found out that maps of China don't really exist, since she doesn't know her way around China, I asked her how she gets around. She's like, I don't go anywhere unless someone knows where something is and then could take me there. Because maps don't work.
Which is kind of sad, but, like, very smart to do
That's
as
fucking
a
crazy.
foreigner. Wildin'.
Mm-hmm.
She said she had 4-wheel drive so she could eventually get out of the mud. She even picked up 2 other stranded people and took them with her. But others ended up stuck in the mud for a longer time.
It's like quicksand.
She tells the broadcaster that she's not upset with Google. I don't know that it's so much about Google, it is about us. That we want so badly for life to be efficient that we try to take shortcuts that aren't really necessary.
So she turned her being stuck in a pit
It's a life lesson.
to a life
Shout
lesson.
out to her, because any other, like, angry white woman would have just been the, like, fuck Google, you know?
Yeah.
Shout out to her.
Sue Google for emotional damages.
Mm-hmm. Responding to the detour snafu, Google said the road was not marked as a private. In a statement to NPR, a spokesperson said, "We take many factors into account when determining driving routes, including size of the road and the directness of the route. While we always work to provide the best directions, issues can arise due to unforeseen circumstances, such as weather conditions and quality of road." There you go. That was it. These people
There
got... But looking at the pictures, which I'll post when this episode comes up, a lot of fucking people stuck in this mud.
Yeah.
Like, through a field. Hell yeah, it's like lines and lines of cars.
I just got that new car, and a butterfly took a shit on my car, and I'm already really mad.
We don't know for sure it's a butterfly, but it's too small to be a bird.
Butterfly pooped on it?
Yeah, that's just my theory. I've been trying to hit as
It's
many
a bad
butterflies as possible. So I can only imagine if I got stuck in the mud. I'd be mad as all hell. Jam, you're not done yet. We're bringing back everyone's favorite segment. It's time for Jam's Facebook Screenshot of the Week.
Granted, 99% of these come from the same girl. Every now and then I'll find just random ones from other people.
Yeah, but she is our gold mine, and she
She's
doesn't
our
even
gold
know
mine.
it.
She's a single mom, used to be from Rockford, now lives in Texas. I'm so fucking thick, I wish I could give myself back shots sometimes so I could see how that shit is.
Is that real? Let's see that.
This is a girl I knew.
Yeah, this is Jam's Facebook Screenshot of the Week.
I
This
have
comes
so
directly
many
from
more
her
of these.
Facebook.
Can you pull up a photo of her?
Yeah.
I want to see her.
Okay, I'll show you afterwards.
Let us know if she's really thick.
Yeah.
Oh, she is.
Wait, so I don't know if I understand this tweet.
She
or
wishes
message.
she could fuck herself from behind so she can watch her own ass bounce.
Oh.
Alright?
Okay.
Okay, this is another one. I'm so forgetful, I'll tell a N-word to pull up on me. He called 20 minutes later saying he's outside. Here I am on my way to the other N-word's house. Lord Jesus, I hit that N-word with a damn, I can't come out. My daughter tripping. Can I see you later?
Oh my god, I love that.
Wow.
Alan, have you ever had that happen?
No.
You've never pulled up on someone's house and they said, I can't come out because my kid?
My kid's tweaking? No, never.
My kid's coming down.
Let me see.
Do you have one more for us?
You know what's funny? I remember you guys did one of these one time, and you said, well, you talked about the screenshot that was like, oh, like, how much is it to legally change my son's last name? I know who you're talking about. I know who said that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're Facebook friends with them?
Yeah. And I think it's the thing is I found out like after I heard the show. I think it was like a week later. I stumbled across that
same post.
That same post, and I'm like, wow, like I grew up with this person. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay,
That's just
here's a
wild.
longer one. This one is from, like I said, I've been stockpiling these for a while.
She disappeared for a minute, and that's why we haven't had a Facebook screenshot of the week in a minute.
I don't know
But
if
she's
I've,
back.
I don't know if I've read this one, though.
I mean, give it to us.
My boyfriend said he's smarter than me, and 80% of the people in this world, and that's facts. Let's see if he's smart enough to catch this drift, because I'm about to cheat on his so smart ass. I really cannot deal right now. The fuck? He believed that you're a woman, and you're supposed to play your role, bite your tongue, and let the man provide and call the shots. What the fuck? I don't know how much more of this I can take because I'm so too damn stuck in my own ways and beliefs. Also, he has no Facebook and thinks social medias are bad. He don't smoke or drink, old ass fucking man. I ain't no stay at home with the kids, cook, clean, and go to church type of bitch.
I love so
Wow.
she can openly cheat on him and tell everyone that she's cheating on him
Because he's
he's not on social media.
That's kind of sad.
Oh man,
She wildin'.
that's funny. As soon as he finds out, he's gonna pee himself. All right, everyone, thank you for joining us at the Spit Bucket. My name's Omar, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at _the_sharkboy. It's only $35 for a whole mason jar of my bathwater. So hit me up. I got PayPal. I got Venmo. What's the one the sluts use?
Snapcash?
Snap Cash. There's one more.
I don't know. You'll accept any money of any kind.
I'll accept any kind of money.
Anyways, you can find me on Instagram at Twitter at really_cool. Let me know if you're interested in buying used underwear. I'm down for it.
Or pictures of your balls. I will also accept pictures of your balls.
Hell yeah, I will.
Man, that whole thing just caught me off guard. I don't know what to say. Yeah, well, I'm Alan. You can find me on Instagram at AlanZF1.
And what are you selling on your Instagram?
I just need someone to spend some time with me.
He just needs a girl to scratch his back.
Yeah.
He'll send you pictures of his back.
Yeah.
and you can just send him pictures of your nails.
Yeah. I'm not selling any underwear, but if you want a nice guy to hang out with, hit me up.
All right.
Hey, you're a gem, Alan.
Yeah.
Alan ZF1. All right. And he can open your beer with his foreskin if you really want him to.
Hell yeah.
All right. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next week at the Spit Bucket. And also, fuck Ivan.
Time is 11. Bye. Okay.